most of us share. And I would like to draw your attention that the inaugural seminar of the Institute of President Cardoso has as its title For a Global Democratic Governance. And we addressed in that occasion the issues with which we were confronted in the world scene. Basically, the positive expectations of the 90s, the idea that these expectations would lead to a more Kantian world, and how in the early 21st century all the issues came to the forefront, showing that in contrast to the positive expectations of the 90s, the 21st century has as one of its signals the idea of fragmentation, the difficulties of shared consensus, the problems of terrorism, exceptionalism in terms of unilateral action, and so on and so forth. So the themes you are going to discuss with us are themes that are common to what we have been trying to deal with. You ask in the headlines of your conference, how can Brazil contribute to addressing it? I think the only point I would like to make is that Brazilian foreign policy during most of the 20th century assumed that Brazil, by its size, interest, by its international location, had not only specific interests but general interests in the functioning of the world system. That this has been a distinctive pattern of Brazilian international action throughout the whole of the 20th century. You'll find that starting in the 1907 Hague Peace Conference. You will see that during the Brazilian participation in the Paris conference that led to the Versailles Treaty. You'll see that in San Francisco, and you'll see that in other events. I think perhaps the most important one of a more significant dimension was the Rio Conference of '92, which in fact tried to address issues of governance and issues of development and environment in what I used to call a Kantian view, because it is difficult to deal with the themes of environment without going beyond national sovereignty and facing as global themes that by its nature, by their very nature, cannot be dealt with only within national frontiers. We are aware, all of us, of your books, of your very significant contributions. You hold the Isaiah Berlin Fellowship. Isaiah Berlin is an author the President likes very much. I do too, and many of those that are present do enjoy his perception of the complexity of the world, pluralism, the importance of certain basic values, the difficulties of judgment, and at the same time how complex it is to have a sense of reality. To recall one of his famous essays. And at the same time, someone who was quite aware of how different types of personality exercise different types of leadership. So I think with these off-the-cuff comments, I have the pleasure to pass the word to you.